What if I told you that someone could influence your decisions without raising their voice, without threatening you,
And crucially, without you even realizing it?
Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling guilty? Even though you know you did nothing wrong? Or have you suddenly agreed to something you never intended to accept?
Only to wonder later,
Why on earth did I say yes? So the unsettling truth is that human decisions aren't always driven by logic. Often, they're shaped by subtle, psychological techniques that operate beneath our conscious awareness.
people call this dark psychology. But these aren't supernatural mind control tricks.
They are simply manipulative applications of
Well-established principles regarding human behavior.
In today's video, you'll discover 5 of the most common tactics people use to influence others silently. And more importantly, you'll learn exactly how to spot them before they affect your choices. Let's dive in. 1. The foot in the door technique. Imagine someone asks you for a tiny favor. Maybe it's just, can you answer one quick question? You say yes because it seems harmless.
But a few minutes later, they ask for something much larger. And surprisingly, you find yourself agreeing again.
Psychologists Jonathan Friedman and Scott Fraser famously proved this in 1966.
Found that once a person agrees to a small request, they become significantly more likely to accept a larger one later on.
Why? Because we have an innate desire
To stay consistent with the image of
ourselves as helpful or cooperative.
manipulators exploit this by starting with something insignificant before gradually
Turning up the heat.
your best defense. Evaluate every request independently.
Don't feel obligated to say yes just because you were nice 5 minutes ago. 2. Silence creates pressure. Most of us feel deeply uncomfortable when a conversation hits a dead end. Manipulators know this. After making a request, they'll stay intentionally silent. They're waiting for you to get nervous, to start over-explaining, or to agree to their terms just to break that awkward tension.
Negotiation experts see this constantly. While silence in itself isn't manipulative, using it as a weapon to create psychological pressure certainly is. The next time someone goes unusually quiet after asking you for something, don't rush to fill the gap. Just take a breath, think, and respond when you are ready. 3. Love bombing. At first, it feels like a dream. Someone showers you with compliments, constant attention, gifts, and overwhelming affection. But be careful. Psychologists call this love bombing. The goal is to create emotional dependence as fast as possible, making it much harder for you to spot unhealthy behavior later on.
Always remember, genuine kindness develops naturally over time. Manipulation, however, moves at an intense, breakneck pace. Healthy relationships foster your independence. Manipulative ones try to trap you in emotional dependence. Recognizing that difference is the key to protecting yourself. 4. The power of reciprocity. Have you ever felt guilty for refusing someone after they did you a small favor? That guilt comes from one of the strongest social norms we have: reciprocity. Psychologist Robert Cialdini has shown that we feel a natural, deep-seated obligation to return favors. While this is how societies build trust, manipulators use it to get what they want. They'll offer you help or a gift not because they care, but because they're buying your future compliance. The lesson here: accept kindness with gratitude, but never assume that receiving a favor means you owe someone your values, your boundaries, or your decisions. 5. Gaslighting. Perhaps the most damaging tactic of all is gaslighting. This isn't just about control. It's about making you question your own memory, your perception, or your sanity. When someone says things like, "That never happened," or "You're just imagining things," or "You're being too sensitive," they are chipping away at your confidence. Mental health professionals classify this as a form of emotional abuse. If you notice someone consistently denying facts that you know to be true, take it seriously. Trust the evidence, keep records if you have to, and reach out to people who truly have your back.
The human mind is incredibly powerful, but because it relies on mental shortcuts, it can be influenced in ways we don't always notice. Fortunately, awareness is your best protection. The more you understand these tactics, the less power they have over you. Remember, true influence is built on honesty, trust, and respect, never on manipulation.
If you enjoyed diving into the science of human behavior, make sure to subscribe for more videos every week. And here is a question for you. Which of these 5 tactics have you encountered in your own life? Let's talk about it in the comments below.